I'm going to start by talking about one of the best collaborative Web 2.0 apps that I have found, which is Google Documents. Google Documents is a great way to help students or faculty or anybody collaborate when they are not with each other. You can have several people working on the same piece of Google Documents. For example, on this piece of this Word I just opened, you can have up to 30 people on this one sheet of Word documents at the same time. The same thing goes for Excel documents, 30 people on one document. If you're looking at presentation documents, then you can only have 10 due to the more complex of its nature. One way to use Google Documents is after you create a template, you can get a URL that anyone can access, and you can say that anyone can comment on it, which will leave little yellow annotations about different objects, or you can even give them permission to edit anything on the page. That would allow anyone who has the link to go on and completely change anything. One great thing you can use it for is to get a whole bunch of data from a bunch of different places and put it together at one place so that it's easily gone through. An example I did was in my 5th grade computer class. I had a template of a whole bunch of different fast food items. All of my students could find some specific data about those fast food items. I have a list of about 25 to 26 different fast food choices, and it took 4 minutes for all of the information to get gathered so that we could look at averages, we could find the maximum and the minimum of the calories and all that kind of stuff. It's not a great thing to use in that sense for faculty, but to pull a whole bunch of different test scores together, find out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, to have the whole school put those together to see if there's anything a school needs to work on. It just makes it so much faster and easier. It's a great way to collaborate. The other Web 2.0 that I got is Wigio. Wigio is kind of like a Facebook of collaboration. You have your status, you have your timeline kind of thing, just with a different name. One nice thing about it is it has folders that you can upload to different files. You can go back and edit it. If you have permissions, you can go and edit it, even if it isn't the thing you created. You can organize it really well. Sometimes the layout's hard to manage and hard to figure out, but it all works really well once you figure out how to do it. One nice thing I like about it is you can be in several groups at the same time. I'm doing one group on Wigio with my on-site supervisor to help put together all of my different internship stuff, but then I can also go and do some stuff for the consortium for professional development my school is in. It's a great way to communicate and to upload files that you can do it. One nice thing about Wigio versus Google Documents is it's a lot easier to have just a bunch of files. In Google Documents, it's mostly working on one.
The mobile app I'm going to talk about is Chrome's Remote Desktop. What Chrome's Remote Desktop allows you to do is use your mobile device, whether it's iPad or a phone, to completely control your computer. It can be your computer that's sitting right next to you, or it could be your computer at home if you are at school, or vice versa. It gives you absolute control of your computer in the same way you would if you were sitting right at it. You just get your computer screen on your phone or tablet, and you can move stuff around like you would if you were using it. It isn't as technical. If you saw it took a little bit for it to switch, and it is a little bit harder to move the mouse when it's so small on your touchpad versus using an actual mouse. Using it on an iPad or other larger tablet does make it a lot easier to do the finer stuff, but it's not going to be anything where you can do more complicated things. This is great for helping students manipulate on a tablet. You can get rid of the smartboard. A lot of schools are doing that. A lot of places are doing that and replacing them with TVs because they're a lot cheaper than the projector and the smartboard combo. This would allow you to use something like that still as a smartboard to let the students manipulate the computer from different points around the room. That being said, unless you have decent Wi-Fi, it is going to be even extremely jumpy. It's not something you could do on 4G or anything like that with your phone unless you're just really waiting for everything. You need some good internet connection to both the device and the computer to do it. You can do it to help you get files from home, to help you have files at school that you can send to your house. Unlike the Web 2.0 things I talked about, this is not really a good collaboration thing. This is great for classroom use, for helping you get access to computers you're not necessarily at, but it's really something you use by yourself. It's not something you can use for collaboration.